What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's none other than the Master of Ceremony Reek, proprietor of Two Kudakan. Hopefully everyone's night's going phenomenal. Not too many issues, not too many problems. Hopefully you're having it your way and not taking too much off of anyone that tries to challenge, how you live your life every foreseeable day. This particular topic I name will be called direction of power. We have a new commander in chief, head of business throughout America. You might as well say, depending on where you're at in certain parts of the globe, that changing of the guard has affected the world, because how George W. said back in the early 2000s, we are a global community now. So with that being said, how do you think the direction of power will be? And when I say that, it's on many fronts. Which way will it be? Will it be, it could be positive, it could be anti-positive. A lot of people don't, when I say anti-positive, think about when they say hero, anti-hero, anti-villain, and things like that. I look at it as, from a topical standpoint, it might seem like, okay, we have, someone that could be considered, having so much percentage of African heritage that happens to be, a woman that's a vice president, is a good thing. But then if you really dive deep and check her record, how she handled, melanated brothers and sisters, is not too favorable. But from the topical standpoint, it may seem like it's good. That's like having a Band-Aid, but you got a gash that got green up underneath. You're looking at the bandage, you're like, oh, it's covering, it's doing its job, when underneath, it's beyond, serving any type of purpose of any type of benefit. So I see it's 3 people in here. I already have a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I noticed I did try to go early. I went live. I can't remember what day it was. I was editing at the time when I actually went live, and the Wi-Fi connection just wasn't happening. So I figured, what, is not happening. I'm editing at the same time, and I didn't try to start up a new one. So I ended up deleting it. But the funny thing about it, I checked just today, because I was gonna, go on like, out of the blue. It's been out of the blue, kind of, and I see that posted. Now, how can something post if, on the device it said it was deleted? That would lead me to believe that someone that controls the strings of these platforms that are ran by, the alphabet trios, say, what, even though he deleted it, we're gonna put it up. Well, I have something to say for that person that's probably listening. I'm quite sure, the funky crotch that you launched from, your mother probably smells something close to a porcelain toilet, just as funky, and waiting for the next person to defecate down daily. So thanks a lot for putting that up, even though it was only a minute and 5 seconds. I did want that deleted, but that lets you know how these particular platforms operate. They figure, oh, we'll put out, something that, we figure that was unfavorable, and put it up. I don't understand that. But you try to block the amount of subscribers that I have from getting whatever type of message I'm dealing out to the people. And that ain't just me. It's various platforms, various people that have been on for various amounts of years, that been, formulating and putting in work, and to have their message, so to say, fall on deaf ears. 'Cause I'm quite sure people are still getting it, but they're not reporting the numbers as they should, and that's understandable when you're dealing with, people that subscribe to, 2 inverted triangles, the above and the below, I expect that from you know individuals of such ilk. But anyways, which direction do you think power is going to be? A lot of people feel that, okay, we're already at trying stages in relationships. A lot of brothers and sisters, that do find themselves in relationships during this time of, what they call a pandemic. But, like I said, I don't see anybody walking around with hazmat suits, so it can't be too deadly if you don't see people walking around with that. It can't be too deadly if you don't see biohazard bags for trash receptacles around in wherever you be. Because I know when you're in a hospital setting or some type of laboratory setting, it's a biohazard bag for bags. You have to touch things with certain gloves. It's a requirement because you can get something that can jump up on your skin. You can't get up off you. So, with that being said, it's a lot of trying things going on. And, especially with a lot of people, some people not able to return to work in workplaces, or, they had to change up their whole schedule. It might put more pressure on one or the other, on a brother or on the sister, to take on a load that they probably wasn't expecting to be taken on. So with this, new thing we're seeing now, that, they're pushing through, because to me, it's all grand stage play. They put this before us, and then they want us to repeat it to make it, manifest into reality. Versus, oh, I see what's on the channel. I don't care for it, so I ain't gonna pay no mind. I ain't gonna pay no attention. That way, you're circumventing what they're trying to program you into, doing. It's like, think about it. You're being in a class, and the teachers, trying to tell you all this stuff that is irrelevant to your actual growth, to your actual revenue creation in the future. And you just, one ear out the other, and then they try to call on you like, hey, well, what have I been saying? Well, actually, you've been saying a lot of nonsense that has nothing to do with anything. There's a lot of phony, false propaganda that make me think a certain way. So why should I retain any of this? Matter of fact, I'm going to do my own independent research, and essentially the things you are saying, I'm going to debunk them and point you in the real direction of the real truth that you're really not trying to, convey to this classroom of my peers, depending on, what part of the country you may be in. What's going on, Reddit Shy family? I'm glad to see some family up in here. I see it was some other people in here. Probably was the other people that did that. Oh, let me upload a video that, this particular device, this particular multi-conglomerate platform, we don't got the controls to, have our controls work right. Like I said, whoever had part in that, your mother's something close to a latrine, just as funky, smelling like urine, everything that goes down a latrine, to throw up, to, 28-day ministrations, all that. That's what your mother is. That's what your grandmammy is. Everything else that goes down your funky family tree line. And I'm trying to say it where, I'm not using explicitives, but you get the point what I'm talking about. No, they I deleted something because it didn't make sense, because they was messing with the how they do the crop circles on a live. It was the last live I tried to do. I didn't upload it because the signal kept going out, so I deleted it. So with me deleting it, like I said, I went to go start this particular one just today, and it shows that oh, your live stream from however many days ago is uploaded. I'm like, how's that uploaded when it showed that it was deleted? That lets you know it's someone behind the scenes that doesn't send out the that has control of my notifications not going out to the people that choose to listen to Too Cool to Con, has something to do with that, Oh, you're not doing numbers. No, you got phony numbers on a lot of these people. You know what? I'll look at it like this. I look at a lot of different channels, and they're not channels like mine. It's some channels that's pertaining to vehicles. I like cars, so I watch a lot of things about cars, and I can see people with probably just, if not the same or a little bit under, have channels that weren't as long, but long as they're pushing some type of business narrative where, someone's getting kickbacks from the back, on the back end, they'll push them channels up high. But a person that is independent, that essentially they're not getting pocket raped, meaning they're not paying any type of sponsors for talking about some BS product that, essentially is gonna decrease, the common people's revenue from buying into it. They don't want that, because then it's like, you know what, we're empowering an individual versus, essentially empowering whatever pharmaceutical company that's behind these people. It's always someone behind the shadows that's actually getting paid. It was on various other platforms, where I'll say my other platform that nobody knows about. I had someone come to me like, you know what, we can guarantee this and guarantee this. We just gotta be able to take over your channel. I'm like, no, that, or your platform. That ain't happening, because I ain't putting no money in your pocket. You gotta put it in my pocket, But they don't want you to think outside the box. They want you to be, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gas you up. They want to gas you up like, oh no, it's gonna be all like this. No, I ain't buying into it. Everything that you say, I research it. Tell me something so I could go back and do the homework myself. Don't just tell me, oh, you don't even have to look into that. Anybody that tries to do that, don't look over that contract. Don't read that. No, that's the first sign that, they're trying to pull one over on you. And if you ain't good at reading contracts, get in contact with someone that is. If it's a certain fee that you have to pay them to look over it on your behalf, hey, break bread. I'd rather break bread on something like that that's going to be beneficial towards my growth and, my family members' growth, than to some person that's trying to gas me up and, get all the revenue and me be crying later like, oh, I got done wrong. No, you didn't do the homework, and it ain't the homework like they have in these schools for you. It's the homework for your benefit, for you to get paid, for you to constantly have revenue rolling in on your behalf from your fruits of your labor. That's what it's really about. What's up, Max Shay? Well, hey, I appreciate you coming in. But yeah, I advise everybody to do that. But what I'm saying most, the direction of power, I think this is another nail in the coffin for, I'll say brothers, and you could say on the back end it's for sisters too, because, they were, oh, she was a part of this particular sorority. I'm talking about the person that's, stepping into the vice presidency. When I look at presidential, that's about business. It ain't about nothing else. It ain't about, oh, they care about your family or anything. It's a business model. They're over all the business models of America and, other areas of the globe. So, you really got to take heed at what these dirty politicians, period, is really trying to convey. Don't buy into it. Don't, oh, look, they said they're going to send some more stimulus checks. Well, what's really behind it? I mean, I remember getting certain amounts back from, what was it? Well, our governor, we had Jesse Ventura. He sent essentially like a stimulus check around tax time. George W. Bush, he sent something, a stimulus type of check. Hey, even Donald Trump, we got a stimulus check. But now, why is it okay? Now it's almost like getting people. Look, you're getting used to doing this. Well, now you got to receive this. You got to do this now, or if you don't do this, you won't receive this, and we're going to take away some other things. Why are they getting people so comfortable in that? I mean, yes, I know we're going through something in this I won't even say something that is it just seemed like it came out of blue. Like I said, if you look up 201 event 201, you see how all these events that's playing out in the world now actually played out in world games, like a simulation. we're gonna do this. Essentially, we're gonna take the world by storm. You're gonna know about this. We're gonna get people, so like a new brainwashing. We got a new brainwashing going, and we got to get people programmed that way to get on board with what we're gonna drop down on, because it seems like it's like I said, how technology is increasing is a lot of different things increasing. Now, like, you just see small gestures when you go throughout the world now. It's like sometimes I could be driving, like now I drive now, and I see nobody gives a care about anybody. It's like me. Like, I'll cut this person off, and so what? If they almost, if I cause an accident behind it, I don't have no repercussions because of that. Instead of paying attention to, what, I'm kind of out of pocket where I'm moving. I don't need to be moving like this. But it's like rush. Think later. Don't think at all. And that's, to me, that's gonna have a lot of people crashing and burning. But hopefully, I don't know. It's just tripped out the world we live in now. It's just changed ever so fast. It seemed like, change would take long to come when I was like in my teens and things like that. I remember, it was just pagers and things like that. It seemed like it was cell phones and things like that, but technology was moving slow. But now we could wake up or get an update on your phone telling you about, oh, okay, this is about to happen. They done brought out this. Okay, this is the next thing gonna happen. Matter of fact, I just watched a video, on this particular platform. And matter of fact, I'm gonna have to post it in the commentary section or community section or whatever, community page where I post my affirmations, where essentially, they've been talking about this since maybe, I say about 10 years ago, but I watched a video where it's actual, I won't post the actual website. You have to find it in the video if you watch it when I post a link in the video, but it's showing how you could take a face of anybody that has been on TV. You can take a voice sample of anybody that has spoken over any type of airwaves. This particular algorithm will essentially, like, it's a synthesizer. It'll listen to what the voice is, and then it'll go over, and whatever keys you type in for whatever it to say, it'll sound just like that voice you put in. So say you had a voice of your past, your grandpappy that passed, or your brother, your sister that passed. You done had like a clip of them saying at least a good sentence where it's kind of ups and downs in their voice and things like that. It'll go through the synthesizer, and you could type out words and it'll sound just like them. It's a little off, but you figure the technology is coming every day. It's that much more clear. And think about it like this. That's just the technology we're getting now. This technology probably been out way before, and maybe 20 years before, but we're just now getting in a gradual stage now. So if they got technology like that, just think how much of a disadvantage we really are at. And like I said, when I get around to it, I will post the actual video, and you'll be able to watch it to its completion. We'll talk about how essentially they could, okay, like say, what is it? If you have an iPhone, you got those emojis where you can animate the emoji. You animate the little cartoon emoji of your face, or what looks to be like your face, or any other thing they have on there. You could take a picture of whoever, and you'll be talking, but it'll overlay that face. So it's like that person is talking in whatever mannerisms and saying exactly, however their voice print essentially is. We on some other level stuff that I don't think a lot of brothers and sisters is even up on. But once I post that clip, hopefully, you can see how fast the world is moving, and to a disadvantage. Like I said, the direction of power is a trip. I think A lot of relationships are going to take a lot more hits, whatever the relationship may be. You know, it doesn't have to be a square one. It could be a fast one. It could be a, two hustlers getting money type of relationship. You know, a lot of them's going to take hits. A lot of friendships that are relationships is going to take hits. You know, I won't even say burn bridges. I done, probably, some partnerships done cool down where, we just don't see eye to eye no more. You know, you might start seeing a lot more of that. You might start, what, I can't go, how they having stipulations on a job site. I can't even do that. I might have to, the money I done squirreled away, I gotta go and flip something to, do something independently. Maybe when your partners see that, they may not like that. Maybe your girl might see that, may not like that. But what your purpose comes down to, and that small voice from inside when it tells you, hey, you need to make a move. Maybe you don't need to make a move. Matter of fact, I don't have a rest his soul, a cousin that's passed. I done had a partner come to me, and I didn't even notice. He's like, you know what? I remember your little cuz told me, he's like, man, usually, it's summertime, we be strolling down to the store, but something told him that, hey, I know when we stroll down there, let's not do that. Let's not do that. And, their little partner they was cool. He's, oh, well, I want to go down there. Well, dude went down there, they stayed back. Dude went down to the store, they sprayed the block. Dude end up dead. Now, essentially, it's like the universe spoke to my little cousin, and he felt something where he's like, you know what? I don't need to be going down here at this particular time. It wasn't my time or my partner's time. And I want to say his little daughter was with him too. It wasn't their time yet. So something pumped the brakes on them making a move. So it's things that happen that speak to you and you can't ignore it. It's called intuition. We each have our own. I know sometimes people come to me, well, what should I do in this situation? What speaks to you? What speaks to you? It ain't what one partner told me I need to do this. It's what truly speaks to you. It's nothing that anybody can say like directing you to do. It's almost like how you're listening to me, like, what, Rick, I've been thinking like this, but you're speaking to yourself in your head. Like, I have been thinking like this. Maybe I do need to make a move. Maybe, my mama seen something up out of me. My partner that, work on a job site been telling me about this. It's my calling. I've been seeing this. I've been doing this on a regular. Maybe it's that time to make a bigger and better move to better yourself in situation like that. Maybe it's a time that, she ain't been treating me right. What? I may have to shake and move that one that really been wanting me. I've been putting her off to the side, but maybe I need to really start paying her some more attention because, she's really trying to have me in the way that I would really like to want it. But, I'm trying to make things work over here and, everything's going real terrible, when I should, take the initiative, everybody's fearful at new things, but that's how things become bigger and better when you try and put your best effort forward. Don't half step with it, go full force with it, in whatever you may do. But I was thinking about opening up the phone lines, but I don't know. I mean, y'all's not really talking, but then again, I can't put it past. Sometimes they put that on here where it's like, oh, you can't even enter the live chat or anything like that. If you can enter the live chat, try to enter the live chat or something like this. Do it like this. I don't know if they register it like this. If you can't enter the live chat to let me know that you're trying to be on here, even go out of here to let me know. Like, oh, Rick, I'm about to go out to make the numbers go up and down to try to show that, they didn't open up the live chat. Because my live chat is open. You see the comments that have came in there, it's open. So it's not like, no, I locked it down where, nobody could comment. No, the only other way you could be locked out is if, you've been banned and you done said something that didn't make sense. I ain't trying to entertain the ignorance. I'm just trying to entertain a conversation that each one teach one. We can grow from, not nothing that is going to be based on aggravation and something that's going to wash away motivation. So you still there, family? Ready shot? You still there, Max Shay? What's really going on? I don't know. I haven't heard. Well, I can't say I haven't heard from anybody because I ain't really been doing no live. So I ain't gonna take it there and be like, oh, I ain't heard from this person because this is my first time really being on in a while. I'm glad I made it to 25 minutes without no spin wheeling and things like that. Or no dropping off and all that. I'm quite sure it's gonna be some people be like, oh, Rick, I didn't get the notification and things like that. That always happens. But for those that's catching the replay, if you hear earlier, yeah, I did try to do live stream. I can't remember how many days ago it was, but I deleted it and they put it back up. I don't even understand that one. That's beyond me. What's going on, Lo? Happy New Year, most definitely. Most definitely. So if y'all got anything you want to say, if you're like, hey, Rick, throw up the hotline number or something, I entertain y'all speaking on your behalf of how you see the 2021, the 2021 legal. What new legalities are they gonna pass in the 2021? Since it's when you turn 21, you become legal. What new legalities are they gonna pass since we got a new commander in chief of business? That's essentially a throwback from when Obama was up in there, and that always kind of made me think something weird too. Okay, Obama ran and he served his 8 years. Okay, so then usually when a president ends his term, the vice president runs right after that, but he didn't do that. So why was it like a 4-year break essentially? Like I said, I think all of this is pre-scripted. All this is pre-scripted. It's not like, oh no, they just came up with this. It's pre-scripted. What makes me say pre-scripted, because there's a lot of things, if you watch movies, how I break down movies, there's a lot of things within these movies that were already around like 20, damn near 30 years ago. But they said, oh, it's science fiction. When you hear science fiction, really it's science fact. They got that technology. Why do you think it's certain governmental papers that are called classified? You can't see what it is. Well, I would lead to believe a lot of that means that technology is already here. It's just we gotta wash it over the public gradually. We can't just instantaneously tell them. And think about it like this: everybody got some family member that's has some workings within this govern thy mental. So you done heard some stories from maybe great grandpappies on certain things that a lot of the general public that buy everything that the news media tell them, like, that couldn't be, that wouldn't be, when really, when they done told you so many years back, and then you see it coming to fruition, you're like, you know what, my grandpa's, he done told me that, my uncle, he put me up on that, my auntie put me down on that, and it's here. So science fiction is really science fact. Like I said, anybody could watch, what is it, I want to say that was 1989, Back to the Future 2. Back to the Future 2, they didn't have no, or not Back to the Future 2, but back in 1989, into the public that we know, it wasn't no flat screen TVs. It wasn't no TVs hanging up on walls and things like that. But if you watch that movie, it's flat screen hanging up on the wall. Matter of fact, the lady makes it a specific thing to go to the TV and move it like a picture frame, and a lot of people would think like, that's future. We can't have that. We got big tubes. But no, we have that. Just like they said, oh, there's a lot of predictive programming in The Simpsons. Well, the writer, the creator of The Simpsons is a higher ranking mystery school member. So of course they divulge things to those particular people that is way ahead of the general public's knowledge. So it's pre-scripted. They have the script they have to go off of to, get people to, ooh, it's like if we dropped a bomb on them about whatever, people ain't gonna, believe it and things like that. Right. How I look at it right now as it stands right now, you know, because you say certain things to certain people, they just automatically turn off like, nah, that's one of those conspiracy theorist type of messages. I don't even wanna think about it. I don't. The media tells me not to think like that. Oh, you said you finally got a notification. And I'm glad, depending on how long it takes, because, like I said, some people get notifications. It'll be tomorrow. They'll be like, hey, Rika Tukuda, well, I won't say Rika Tukuda Khan, I say Tukuda Khan has posted a new live stream, and it'll be the next day. Like I said before, it be times if I left on my hotline number, people be calling like, oh, Rick, what's going on? Like, man, that live stream been over like damn near almost 22 hours ago. You super late. But I don't blame you. I blame them for, putting the delay on it, because they don't want melanated brothers communicating. They don't want the melanin telling about what's going on in your region, on your black dot, your city streets that's been gentrified and things like that, where they try to, get us to think a certain way. Oh, everything is great. Think about it, I ain't watched it, but I done heard clips. Oh, I'm the president for everybody. Yeah, you're the president of business. But as far as things concerning my family, how, I should hold my beliefs or have certain beliefs go away. Nah, the government has never been the architect of that. Now, hopefully he's not the architect of yours, Now, as far as, okay, you can step on this side of the street, this part's blocked off, okay, I understand that kind of stuff, because, y'all control that. But as far as, you need to think like this and feel like that, nah, ain't gonna do any of that. I'm gonna keep doing what, been instilled into me and what I've been seeing and what my brothers and sisters been weathering the storm continuously. I ain't gonna buy into any of that fluff that they offering. I ain't buying into any of this. Oh, you need to do this. It's gonna improve you. Well, I'm straight. That'd be like them saying, "Hey, take this big car note and ride around and maybe a couple of years, take another car note, keep getting in debt." No, I'm gonna ride a nice old school. Keep a crowd, a revenue somewhere where nobody can find it. Live like that. Live, laugh like that. Not by anybody else's thoughts or opinions or anything like that. Keep people up out of your pocket much as possible. Hey, if you got the money to buy the little tilt that you're in, hey, go ahead and spend that money on that, flourish and start that business that you've been trying to start. Make spend that if you got some stimulus money, spend it on an LLC and create something that's gonna, you can pass on to your young ones or something. Or even if you ain't got no kids, maybe you got some nieces and nephews and you see they doing the right thing. Hopefully you could get them up under your wing. And if you ain't trying to procreate, you can, hopefully bless them with something, or put something in their ear where they'll improve their situation. Let me check. I got a message that just came through. Let me see something. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Whatever. Okay. Matter of fact, I may try to. Wait a minute. Just like when they ran in the Capitol, is from that movie White House Down, I think. Yeah, like I said, that's all to get people stirred up. Like, oh, look, they're doing this. No, we know as melanated brothers and sisters, if anybody tried to, do what they were showing on TV, showing on social media, it would be different type of consequences. That's how I know it was staged. They have what they call those people, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a particular name, crisis actors. I mean, thing about crisis actors when it comes to a lot of certain scenes before the camera, but maybe real people mixed in there, really catching cases for doing the things that they did. But then in certain instances, those are the crises. Oh, we got to film these people to make it seem like it's really like this, to get people all up in roar and things like that. Just like a lot of the news media try not to talk about, oh well, Trump was so bad, but he pardoned these certain brothers and things like that. Oh, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about, we got this person that's of Indian and Jamaican heritage that we want to call that a black in the White House. No, they're of Jamaican and Indian from India heritage. What's that got to do with black? Like, that's why I like saying melanated. I'm melanated pigmentation. I'm not thinking like in this black, because where does black come from? Where, like, what's the region? Jamaican, you know where Jamaica is from, you know where India is from, but where's black from? Where's black? No, I don't understand that. That's why I say melanated. Like I said, when I was sitting on the jury pool and I was getting booted up off there, I was like, yeah, I'm melanated. Because they try to run that, oh, well, you see, it's someone that's black like you that's facing something. Wouldn't you want to be on a jury pool because of that? Like, just because they're share the same melanin pigmentation, I should feel some kind of way if they're a pedophile? No, I don't rock with pedophiles, because that's who's a pedophile case. Like, I don't rock with them. But the judge took back, like, melanated. Like, she was really took back. Like, what do you mean melanated? Melanated pigmentation. If you see it's exchanged on a stock exchange for certain ounces, that's highly damn near, I won't say it's higher than the Bitcoin and all that, but if you melanin, I don't know the particular stock number for it, but I know it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and this shit's up there high. So it kind of makes you wonder, why do we bear the brunt of everybody across the world's being hated on, for that particular reason? If essentially our pigmentation is worth so much money, it's like we make the world turn, and it ain't no knock on any other ethnicities, because I don't like to say race. Why? I ain't racing nobody. It's different ethnicities that's they try to pit against us all the time, and where's that come from the mass media, from social media, from all these little different things that they control. It ain't like you can go up in a news a broadcasting news broadcasting place, and think about broadcasting. It's like they're casting spells on people's minds. Let me see. Let me try to. It's been a while. Let me try to throw up the hotline. I might do it. I'll throw up the hotline. Let me. It's been so long since I put that up. Matter of fact, it's getting hot up in here. Let me try to turn that on. Glad that y'all's hanging on in there with me. I just got to man, where is it at? Okay, this, turn that on. Let me see, not that. I'm getting there. You'll know when I get there, because I'll have it pinned to the top of the chat. That on. Okay, now I gotta find the actual number, so then y'all can hit the line and voice your opinion on whatever. Because I know sometimes, like I say, people don't like to be sitting up here typing this and typing that. Depending on, you might not have been able to get into a place to replace your cracked touch screen. So like, Rick, I can't even touch on certain spots on my phone or my tablet, or my left key ain't working on my PlayStation 5 or something already, or my Xbox, or smart TV. So let me find that number. Okay, there it goes. Let me post it up. So y'all can call in. If not, you know, I'll go out, but I'm at least gonna try to post up the number. I'm typing it as I speak. Let me see. It'd be lovely to have a secretary. Then I could just not have to do any of this. Wait a minute. Okay, it's almost there. Almost got it. Almost got it posted. Let me see. That's not the icon. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Let's give out this poster without the icon. There it goes. It's up. The hotline is posted. If you want to call in, hey, I'll take your call. So hopefully, yeah, the direction of power. I see it going in a lot of different ways. Not all for the beneficial, but the world is what you make it. So it doesn't have to go in a way that is unsavory. I say follow your first mind. Follow your first mind, not anyone else's mind. Not even my mind. Do what's good for you and yours. Just do something that's going to be beneficial. Whatever it may be. You maybe want to be a tow truck driver and buy your truck and find, check into the insurance and see the best insurance. Or you may want to be a Uber driver. You know what? I need to get this little car just for Ubering. I could just ride around the town and do that. Essentially, a personalized limo driver. If you want to dress up the name for it. I'm a personalized driver. I started off with one car, and hopefully I get some people on my team. I get some more people to do this with me or something like that. Even if you're in a relationship, you could do that. I don't heard people be in a relationship. My girl, she be riding, I be riding. We getting money like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You getting it too legit. So I mean, what's wrong with it? You still building your castle. So and nobody ain't got nothing to say about it if they ain't funding your way. So like I said, the hotline is open. You can actually call in. I will actually respond. And you'll be able to speak your piece on whatever you see fit to speak on. But the direction of power, hopefully it ain't too many casualties behind it. I see casualties happening, from people not understanding, a lot of things are not going back to how we used to see it. I don't even say, they always throw that, oh, it's the new normal. Nah, it's never been normal. It's just, we got to carry out things, in a certain way that will be beneficial to, how we see things being. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute.
What it do? What it do?
What's going on?
Man, chilling, bro. Out here, man. What it's looking like?
It's a new day. About to traipse into another new day. So what do you want to voice on this particular topic?
Yeah, man. Motherfuckers need to wake up to these politics, man. Where they using the politics, man. Motherfucking thinking Biden gonna change some shit, man. I'm trying not to go too hard because most of my family, man, they really supporting that nonsense. But
Right.
it's like actions speak louder than words, So when the first black man get, killed by the police, We gonna see if Biden really do some shit.
Right. Yeah, because like you said, when you said a lot of family, I got family. I got I say a favorite uncle of mine. Oh yeah, it's better now since he's in there. How's it better? He was in there when Obama was in there. Was it better then? It still wasn't better. So, nah, I'm not buying that. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to piss certain people off. But when people start saying, "Well, you need to think like this," that's when I start getting pissed. Don't tell me how to think. You can have your
Mm.
opinions, but don't tell me how to think.
Facts, man, and yeah, just this mob mentality, man. Everybody banging for the government, man, wearing these damn masks and shit. So it's just like, man, my fucking critical thinking, man, it's in short supply.
Most definitely it is. I sometimes like when I'm riding around like okay, I'm going to the store. Let me see how many cars I pass where I see people in the car by themselves with a mask, and I'm like, man, they got their brain brainwashed. Why are you wearing a mask in the car that is your car? That don't even make sense. But
Man, motherfuckers be exercising with that shit on too, boy. There's
right.
no real air.
I'm like, man, and in Minnesota where it's real cold, it used to be like if it's cold in Arctic, people have scarves on. People, like you said, walking in these masks, no scarf. I'm like, okay, so you can catch all the cold around your neck, and they'll end up claiming that being this particular whatever slogan they're calling it, when really you done caught a cold or you done caught the flu because you ain't dressing right coming out into these elements.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man, my favorite, I don't know if I have where you at, but man, you got these motherfucking white folks that are walking past you, but unless you even acknowledge their presence, they just walk like it's nothing. But it's like the minute you look, you lock eyes with them, they trying to cover their nose and shit. Like you just, you know what I'm saying? If they even breathe one time around you, they gonna die and shit.
Right. I don't even seen it like this. I've been doing yard work or doing something on my sidewalk coming from my car. They'll go all the way into the street.
Yeah, man,
I
to get by
usually
the
people
car.
pass on
Hell
the
yeah,
sidewalk. I'm like, what?
real talk. I just be reframing it all the time. I'd be like, man, it's about time they realize the black man power. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking shining too bright out here that a motherfucker need to cross the street.
Right. It just is sad because it's like, man, the media really got y'all mind. I mean, really. I mean, think about when this whole situation first started. They was trying to say people's dropping dead in the street from this. Then they kind of changed that up because I ain't seen nobody drop dead in the street, like laying in the street or anything like that.
Never that.
Now, if anything, being a melanated brother, we done seen people get into funks where people shooting maybe,
Yeah.
something like that type of situation. They ain't covering up the body or something like that, but oh no, he just got the coffin, he just fell out, and we had to call the ambulance. Nah, I ain't seen none of that.
Uh-huh. I damn near ain't seen too much of motherfuckers even dying from their crib at this shit. From what I understand, everybody going to the hospital and they shoving these damn tubes down your throat, killing you like that. So shit.
Right. And then I heard really the test. Someone, I can't remember where I seen it, but someone kind of made light to this. They said the test is like how they pulled the brains out of the Egyptians, where they stick that long tube down your nose. I'm like, yeah. I remember when they said they used to, pull the brains up out of the skull from the nose with that long, metal, whatever thing it is. Well, that's the same thing that they throw down your nose that go all the way back into damn near. You might as well say damn near wanting to touch your brain to get whatever they're looking for to, swab on to see if you got it or you don't got it.
They might be playing some shit.
Most definitely. Like, I don't know what's on there. Has that been tested? I don't know. I'm supposed to take your word for it? No.
Mm. The motherfuckers forget about Tuskegee and all that shit so fast, man. I'm just like, man, human nature don't change that fast.
Right.
It don't even change since Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
So y'all over here, man, they still on that shit to where, man, if you get a little bit of power, they gonna wipe your shit.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what a lot of people really don't talk about. Like, okay, we want to separate. We don't want y'all to be integrated in what we're doing. Okay, we'll start our own thing. Oh no, you're doing too good over here. We don't even want that. I'm like, gosh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So now, essentially, I don't even seen some sisters go back and forth on different social media platforms. Like, yeah, you know, in order to fly on this particular airline, they said I had to get a test done. I'm like, fuck that airline. I ain't doing none of that. They fly on there. It'll be another airline, and hopefully that they ain't doing no requirements like that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's that Hail Mary, man. Motherfuckers waking up, you know what I'm saying? That the alignment with the stars. So this is the last damn trick they had, and they had before they lose control. So they just, man, they going all in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now I like I said, I see things mirroring from back, in 2001 when they said, "Oh well, if you see someone that's looking suspicious, that looks like an Arab, hey, call and all this." Well, now they did all that big performance at the Capitol. Oh well, if you see someone talking like this on social media, that seems like they want to retain their rights and things like that. Hey, you may want to report them. Why? I mean, I don't know. It's Big Brother, Big Brother. That's all it is. Big Brother. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
no. I just look at it like, even like I said, going through housing projects. If you go, just subtle things you look at. It used to be a time where you could go through inner cities and there's housing projects. It would be screen doors and things like that. It's no screen doors on a lot of particular housing projects. Why? Because they don't want the doors open. Doors open mean someone sitting on a stoop, people communicating, talking. They don't want people talking to each other unless they can monitor it.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm glad that you called in, actually. I'm like, man.
Man, I already know, man. You know, shoot, bro. They trying to really censor a lot of things, with it. So anybody speaking the truth, man, I gotta support because, man, it's tough out here.
Right. Like I said, there's a lot of channels. Even I say a lot of channels that damn near go back to when I first started, that were doing numbers, and now you see them like 20, 50, 15, 50 on their views. I'm like, no, it ain't that their message changed or anything. It's that what they're conveying, they don't want, other brothers and sisters listening to, or sparking even new conversation up out of that. Everybody is talking about essentially things that get you incarcerated, or is not any type of growth, stuck on drama and BS. They're flourishing. Because it's like, okay, we're getting kickbacks for funding these type of people. The little bit of money we do give them, we're getting kickbacks from that. These other people, they're independent. We don't want to pay them because that's gonna make their message grow even more. We don't want that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
But
man. I see even a lot of times the hip hop they promote on these little YouTube ads. It'd be so garbage,
right.
just like a minstrel show.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I think about it like this: we always get, I mean, it was MLK. We was just celebrating his birthday not too long ago. Why don't they celebrate Malcolm X? Why don't they celebrate Marcus Garvey and people like this? Why don't they? Because it's like, oh no, these people are about uplifting brothers and sisters up out of this type of ideology. They don't want you uplifted out of here. Martin Luther King had a dream. Okay, we all have those. You know what I'm saying? We all want better. It ain't just what him and things like that. Go back to who funded him. See, a lot of people don't like to get into that either. Like, who really funded him? Where did he have a platform to speak like that in them days? You know?
Mm-hmm.
If you do your due diligence, man, I think I posted. If any of you guys go through all my posts and you're on a computer, because I know sometimes the phone won't let it, but I posted a link where essentially the Rothschilds was behind funding him. So we know how they get down. So come on now, why are you getting funding? Why are you getting a Nobel Peace Prize when there's a lot of brothers and sisters still doing things like you doing? Why does Rosa Parks get the benefit from oh, she was right, wouldn't get up off the bus? It was a sister way before her that was, I want to say, they said she was pregnant or something like that, that did the same thing, but they didn't speak on that one. Like, maybe she wasn't the right sister. She wasn't politically correct enough to speak to about that particular topic. We needed one more PC to go with that. So I don't know. It's just like, why do they present certain things to a certain kind of ways, or don't give the whole information? To me, when you leave something out, that's misinformation. You're trying to misinform me. Don't misinform me. Give me all the information.
That's why we really need our own media. I mean, shit, hip hop, that was like the main one, but that damn got co-opted.
Right.
Yeah, so, that's even what, the situation with Snoop Dogg and Eminem, because basically when Eminem was coming up, he went on the Up in Smoke tour with Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So it's like we even backed him up. So we gave him damn credibility. Snoop Dogg is sitting up here basically talking about, I wouldn't really fucking with him like that, but that's some J Cat shit. You should have not fucked with him back then.
That's
so
true.
It's like he already got so much power off of y'all, and now you know what I'm saying. He's been putting out this whack music, but since his motherfuckers are supporting him, he's selling the most damn records.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. I'm like, man, I mean, I looked at, to me, when he first came out, it was like a niche, like, oh, this is like a gimmick. And on a gimmick tip, this is kind of cool. On a gimmick tip, not on, oh, he's better than all these people. No, I've never seen it like that. I looked at it as, oh, it's a cool gimmick. That's cool. Because even though a lot of people make fun of Vanilla Ice, that when that first came out, that was like a gimmick cut. Now stop. It made you like, this dude is doing this, because you pique interest just for that, but not like, what, this is gonna replace everybody else now because he done came out and he's the one. No. No.
Nah, seriously, man. It's just yeah, man. And then you got like the No Jumper Cat, then Vlad.
Right.
So they asking motherfucking questions like the fans and shit.
Right.
So any rapper, they not even talking about the music. They're like, oh, nigga, yeah, you selling dubs and shit. It's like, man, you just want them to dry snitch. You know what I'm saying? And they old shit. You ain't even trying to support their music.
That's true. But think about it like this. To me, it's like, yeah, they alert. They raise questions to alert the feds. But to me, them people are like the CIA. Because think about it like this. I was just having this conversation with my partner. What alphabet branch doesn't have a uniform? It's the CIA. They don't have a set uniform. They could come as anybody. Oh, I'm a plumber, when really they're not a plumber. I'm the cable guy, but I'm really not the cable guy. It's almost like, remember the show 21 Jump Street, where, oh, okay, I could pretend to be like this and be like that person. That's essentially they were that. Or if you think about it, a lot of people, hey, watch it tonight. If y'all got streaming abilities and you're able to stream it, Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, what a classic.
He was playing a dope dealer. Dude was like, man, I'm suspicious of you. Where are you selling this dope at? I mean, you selling a lot, but I don't see you selling it nowhere. So that's drawing red flags for me,
Yeah, another good one is In Too Deep with Omar Epps.
Okay, yeah.
But the same thing, bro. A lot of these rappers, I mean, shit, man, they the new cops to me. Because, I mean, these dudes changing their whole personality to get on. And then pushing the whole message. These motherfuckers like Future talking about drugs they don't even do.
Right. So you dragnet and all these little young brothers in there. Look, I can live like Future. I can eventually get a Lambo. I can have all these bras up on me with the ease. No, that ain't what it is. He works for a record label, a record company. And they probably have board meetings and roll calls. So you know what, your next song or your next album, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have this type of tour and all this. Because I was just telling them, who was I telling that to? I think I was telling my pops. I'm like, Future had a commercial with Cher, and he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, a Gap commercial. because Cher was essentially the first one to implement that electronic type of sound in what's that album, or not album, that song she came out a long time ago, Do You Believe in Love? And it was that kind of electronic sound that Future uses in his music.
Man, it's fascinating, man.
There's so many different kind of connections. It's like, man, it's like, you sit back and pay attention, like you said, different movies, different rappers, how they move. Just like, the Trump pardon, what is it, Kodak Black, and who else was it? Lil Wayne, and okay, all right, he did that. Both of them was been making money. As far as I know, little Kodak Black dude got dough, and Lil Wayne got dough. So was it always in the plan like that? Like, what, you're gonna go do some time, but how the script reads, you get out and you get more fans, and you be more loved, and you still got to push these. Now you really got to push these certain type of messages now, since we didn't let you out of the pokey.
Man, for real, they manipulating the numbers on that YouTube, but sure, Bobby Shmurda's still locked up.
Right.
Bobby Shmurda, he like a real like a cautionary tale about, man, if the next level is the teriyaki snitching on and shit, but at the same time, any motherfucker in the hood could have been a Bobby Shmurda, snitch on his clique and shit, and just, man, just trying to put his business out there, just trying to, because you never know. Motherfucker be broke, you hear rapping, you don't think nobody gonna hear it, but man, that shit popping, you just snitched on yourself, man, shit could happen.
Right. Because that's all it is. This is like an alley-oop. You got the ones that are no type of melanated, but they're speaking all about melanated business. So they're like, oh yes, and didn't you do this back in the day with this person and all this? They're about to start telling on themselves. Keep giving them questions where they're telling themselves, and gas them up, because that's what it seems like they do. They gas them up like, oh yeah, you was doing this. Oh, you must have been a top at doing this stuff that's illegal.
Yep.
I think.
Man, but,
go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say the one I really respect out of it is I want to say Trench. When he went on there, he tried to say some stuff to Trench about Pac. He's like, you know what? I'm just walking off this joint right now, because you up here on that BS trying to get me to side with some BS, and I ain't with it.
Yeah, I ain't peeped that. Trench on Vlad.
Yeah. You have to go back and watch it. He walked off that joint.
Yeah, man, it's a trip, man. It's a lot of it boils down to that Christianity too, man. Because motherfuckers be, you know what I'm saying, feeling like white folk ice is colder and shit. So it's like, they always down the Sambo, to get on these other platforms. But black people, they over here, it's like they doing that Kanye sway.
Right.
Kanye, he wouldn't be talking like that to them designers he was jocking.
Right. That's so true. Like I said, I done had conversations with people. Matter of fact, one that's done been on at least one of those people's platforms that and I reached out to them. And matter of fact, they got their own platform now. Matter of fact, I had them. They was about to come on my platform to be interviewed, and this person is giving me the third degree after I done already went through all the people that he wanted me to go through. When I'm talking to this person directly, he said, "Well, I gotta see what kind of content you're having." I'm like, "Well, I don't hate on nobody that I interview. I'm quite familiar with your music, so where's the issue at?" But I guess, to me, people that talk like that, they're not real. Because I shouldn't have to go through no people. If I'm talking to you directly, I'm talking to you, that'd be like, okay, Max Shea, I want to do an interview with you. Well, Rick, you got to talk to, my people that handle that kind of stuff. But I'm talking to you right now. Well, you just got to go through them. I'll be like, that seems like some fake shit to me. Wouldn't you say?
Oh man, that's the fakest of the fake, man. But man, cats just get, feeling like they shit don't stink,
Right.
hanging around all them yes men and shit. I
Mm-hmm.
just remember and think back to, stories about just Muhammad Ali walking through the hood and how just inspirational that was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, motherfuckers fall out of touch because they so scared and shit. It's like when you ain't got nothing to lose, you just like feeling like you the next man. But when you got a little money, that's how they play you.
Right.
So it's like, yep.
Matter of fact, I think it's a small clip where they were interviewing Mike Tyson. They gave the same analogy like you did, like how he said Muhammad Ali could walk through and it'd be love, but he said Mayweather he couldn't do that. He can't do that, because people will press him. It ain't like he don't got the same kind of love like Muhammad Ali had, or probably even Tyson himself. I could see Tyson doing that and having no issue.
Mm-hmm. It's real because, hey, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, man. So these rappers, I mean, we went from Muhammad Ali to, goddamn Kyrie Irving burning sage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the equivalent now.
Right.
Ain't no motherfucker gonna put their neck on the line and shit. And this brother Kyrie, I mean, that's just a joke, but I mean, he investing his money doing this shit. But it just show you how they trying to paint the picture that he just loose cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Because he trying to help his own people and shit. Like, it just don't make sense and shit. Like, why aren't you sticking to the plan? Like, these motherfuckers gave you all this money and put you on damn near. So you should be on, you know what I'm saying, kissing their ass and brown nosing just for a little opportunity.
Yeah, that's like I said, the ones is ones that didn't follow suit, and they went into oblivion. Like was it Barry Bonds? I always like referencing that because it sticks out so prevalent. He was coming out of, I don't know, a restaurant or something, and TMZ, they get up on him and it's like, well, how's it been? They asked him a smart ass question like, how's it been being retired? He said, I'm not retired. And the guy was like, well, you're not playing for any teams. He's like, they won't pick me up. It's not that I'm not good. They won't pick me up because I won't say that I took steroids. They don't want me to be, look, this brother just got it off his brawn. We know he had to have some type of steroids. Everybody else took it. Sammy Sosa that done bleached his skin and don't want to be his brown pigmentation showing through no more. He done said he did it, so why can't you say it? Because I can't, because I didn't.
Mm-hmm. It's just how they get motherfuckers in the streets to take a plea. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers over here ain't even do this shit, but it's like they already know once they get up to the stand and the jury see them and everything, they gonna convict them guilty. So just the threat of that causes people to admit to shit they ain't even do.
Right. And then, well, he wouldn't have pled guilty if he wasn't actually guilty. No, if you seen what he was facing and how they basically railroaded the whole situation and withheld certain evidence on certain things, it wasn't going to go his way anyway, And I guess it's some people that, I'm biting a bullet on it. As a matter of fact, I have someone I know from my high school days that just got out from doing damn near 25 years for a murder and did it. And he didn't even do it. It was his partner that did the shit. And he out and dude been out. So that's crazy in itself.
Hell yeah.
Like, man. But, this is how this criminal so-called justice system works,
Mm-hmm. The injustice system.
Right.
Talk, man.
Right, most definitely. But yeah, that Capitol thing, yeah, I just... the little clips I seen, like, yeah, that's all fake. And then they show, oh, look, the lady got shot. No, that's all dramatization,
Hell yeah, and you was talking about how they basically could use, someone's likeness and flip it on them.
Right.
I mean, man, you seen it with that Tupac hologram.
Right.
Like, they still getting paid off this motherfucker. He's dead.
Right.
So it's like, that, if that worked out, they gonna, every goddamn artist, you know what I'm saying? they finna still make money off them. And you know, these motherfuckers will sign you and then put a hit on you and then get paid off of the, you know what I'm saying? The boost in the sales and shit.
Right. So it's
And
for their
then
benefit because they know a dead artist, people are gonna clamor to that. Like, look, people clamor to death. People clamor to drama. They know that stuff sells. So yeah, the one that a lot of people sleep on, I might have to post it. I think I might have posted it, but I'm gonna have to post it again. The Prince situation. You know, Prince. They if you go to Wikipedia, it says accidental overdose of fentanyl. Well, he was taking painkillers. They try to make it seem like he was addicted. No, he got a pill that wasn't in the shit that he was supposed to have. The doctor that prescribed it to him, he didn't do no jail time. He got a fine of $30,000. So essentially, you killed Prince for $30,000, and you got off for it. Or you didn't kill him for that. You got off with a fine of $30,000 for killing Prince, essentially. Even though what's that, Conrad Murray? Oh, he did time, but he's out and he can practice medicine in Trinidad, where he's from.
Seriously, because you know they try to assassinate your character, like you know Bill Cosby and shit.
Right.
Because they know Prince didn't do drugs, but
Mm-hmm.
they're like vegetarian and shit. So it's like they wanted to be like when you think about them, you think about something nefarious and all that.
Right. And then I want to say his autopsy is like a 50 year, like you can't look at it until like 50 years or something like that. So that means all family members, all heirs, by that time, are going to be gone by then. So then it'll come out, oh, well, this happened to his body. This was really was up with it. And nobody could come back and, you know, sue anybody because all the people that originated from it will be dead.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man, they are leaving notes.
Well, if y'all got any questions, hey, just say something. I mean, I know the last thing that was said, it was about the little me posting the hotline. I seen DJ High said, "Church fam, all love." If y'all's out there, you know, try to hit the hotline or even just post something up in the chat. You know, I know I ain't been on in a minute, and the other person you hear on here is Max Shea. He's been in the comments, and he's on the line right now. That's who's talking. That's who's also giving some necessary truth that, you know, brothers and sisters need to hear.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm thinking about now is just how easy they eased it into everybody need to wear a mask and shit.
Right.
So like they ain't, you know, they only gonna put the gas down now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, if it was this easy, I mean, shit, ain't no reason for them to tell motherfuckers, you know, you got a vaccine, you ain't gotta wear the mask no more.
Right.
They got too much control.
Mm-hmm. Because I damn near get an update from, you know, how you got like different emails or different social media apps. It'll just automatically come and show like, oh, well, on the slogan today, this in this country or that country. Like, why do I need to know about that? I didn't ask to have updates on that. Well, why are you sending me that? Because they want you programmed with that.
Yeah, everything is psyop, man. Shit, man. It's just like, yeah, they just tell us what they want us to happen, and we make it happen. I mean, damn near, even with this shit, it's not like police is stopping me not wearing a mask, but you got your average motherfucker sitting up here trying to mask shame a motherfucker.
Right.
Just because I want to live like a normal motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. You know you should have your mask on. You're spreading a deadly disease. Now, I can see, think about it like this. If you're in a paint booth painting a car, you better have a mask on, because that's them chemicals get down in your lungs. Yeah, that will kill you. But walking around out in the open, come on. No. Now, if anything, the governmental need to check about these chemtrails flying up in the air, because I definitely be seeing that, and I know that is some type of chemical that finally drops down it drops down and it probably causes certain people to have asthma and things like that. But
That's right.
that's something else that they don't want to talk about. That's something that you can actually find that they actually do that's sanctioned, but they don't want to talk about that part. It's all wear masks because it's this thing that we say came from China and all this kind of stuff. So essentially, someone got off an airplane from over there, this one particular person, and it spread to all throughout the whole U.S., all throughout the whole world. Come on, I'm not buying that.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Common sense ain't that common, man. Well, here, man, they really just sipping the Kool-Aid, bro. It's so sad.
The thing is, I don't know how they report this situation in your neck of the woods, but around here, they would say, well, a lot of the healthcare people don't want to on the news, shall I say? A lot of the healthcare people in nursing homes, about 30 to 60% of the nursing staff don't want to take the vaccine. I'm like, well, if they don't want to take it, what's the problem? Well, because they heard some stories about it not working. Well, it's been people getting jacked up off of getting them vaccines. They've been showing that, but they've been kind of downplaying that too.
They've been dying, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers been dying off this shit, and they downplaying how many people recovering off this shit with no vaccine.
Right. And then what's that big push they always show? Oh, well, this particular actor, this celebrity done got it. I don't care. Why I need to know this? Why do I need to know any of that?
Exactly.
Tell me the weather. Tell me what the traffic report is when I'm trying to, move around somewhere. That's what I need to know. I don't need to know any of that other stuff.
Yeah, Tom Hanks and all that shit.
Right. Yeah, him and his wife are quarantined up because they're going through what I don't care. Half of these people probably ain't never gonna meet in life, and some of the ones you be surprised that you think is cool, you actually do meet them in life, and they turn out to be for real assholes.
Man, real talk, real talk.
Let me see. I've been on 76 minutes. I'm glad you done came through and helped me through the load of trying to speak on something. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but hey, I think the topic at hand that we done had has been a good one.
Man, sure enough.
Well, I'll say this. Until next time, hey, I know who told me that there's a Rick, you need to post one where you let us know when you're coming on, so then we can all check in. So I might have to do something like that, post when I'm maybe 3 days in advance for me coming on, so people know when to check in and get a better response there, since they ain't really sending out notifications as they should.
Right. Hey, that'd be dope, bro. I'm just, shit, I'm down to support, bro. We got your back out here, man.
All right. Well, stay up, Max Shay. And with that being said, we're out of here. Peace.